Today, Precarious plays
Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. Man, I fixed the problem with spiciness in my eyeballs, but now I've got a runny nose.
You're just having a heck of time today. You know, the onions were fighting me today.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me a good little cry. And sometimes I feel like I need to cry, but I can't cry. And then sometimes I feel like I don't need to cry, and then onions. You know? And ain't that just life? Like, I wish that I could make an appointment to feel things and cry with some onions.
Yeah.
But, like, also, onions are not reliably tear producing. Not all of them have...
Well, maybe not for you.
Well, sure, if you take a chunk of it and rub it in your eye, sure. But, I forget the...
I have to put on equipment if I don't want to have tears while I'm chopping an onion.
Really? Like, every time?
Yeah.
Wow.
Even really wimpy onions.
I wonder why that is.
Because I'm a baby.
Well, no, that... Well, maybe.
I've got the physiology of a sickly child.
Well, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't... How could my... Oh, look. That doesn't make sense. Okay? And
So
I'm going to tell you why.
Tell me why.
Because onions produce a gas. A gas is released from their cells when you cut into them. And that reacts with the water in your eyes, and it makes an acidic substance, which is why your eyes feel like garbage and you start to tear up. Because your tears are washing away the compound that is made from the reaction between the gas and the water in the eyeballs.
I learned something today.
Is it that I know too much?
It's that I learned how onions and tears work.
So, I know that sometimes we joke that I am less sensitive to temperatures because I more frequently cook and expose myself to lava-like substances in order to get sustenance.
Mm-hmm.
I have a higher tolerance for like hot things and also some spicy things because I deal with that more. But let me tell you what, I don't care who you are, I'm not gonna get a callus against putting acid in my eyes. How is it that you're more sensitive than me? I think you might just be having bad luck. Or maybe you're using dull knives or something. Because that's the other thing. If you use a really sharp knife, it reduces some of that gas. Also, if it's cold, it reduces a little bit of that gaseous action. Which is why sometimes people will be like, put the onion in the freezer. And I'm like, no, how about you don't? Because then that's going to make it taste funny. But yeah. Also, I've seen people... have you ever seen, like, a fume hood in a lab? Or, like, one of those boxes where there are gloves that you put your hands in to work with the things inside of the box?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen people make those with, rubber gloves and like upside down Tupperware containers. So you put the knife and the onion and the cutting board in like this large plastic box, and then you cut holes in the side of it, and then you put your gloved hands through the holes, and then you chop the onion, and then you wait for the gas to dissipate, and then you can have your onions. Or you can put them in a food processor and just skip the whole situation. But, you know, sometimes the food processor doesn't make the same slices that are the better slices. So, anyways, gas. Now I'm not sure, now I'm not confident if it's an acid or a base. But the point is that it's an irritant.
I should have come this way before. Ugh. But the foop tube was available, so why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't I go down the foop tube? Up, up. Up, up. Oh, yep.
Oh my, weren't we talking about Prince of Persia not that long ago?
I watched a big retrospective about it.
Did I beat one of the Prince of Persias?
You,
Prince of Persia, no subtitle for the Xbox?
yeah, the unhelpfully titled Prince of Persia 2008.
Is that what it was called?
Well, I mean, that's what it had. I mean, what choice do we have? The dorks didn't give it a subtitle.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm like off the map.
Oh, you're in a secret land.
So Prince of Persia 2008. Mm-hmm. You know what? I wish that there was a time when video gamers were more willing to just do shit on their own, like sort of collectively, right? You'd think that the internet would help with that, but that does not seem to be the case. Like,
What do you mean by do shit on their own?
okay, so even though it was the first one to come out in America,
Yeah.
Fire Emblem, Burning or Blazing, depending on who you're asking. Blazing. Well, hold on. I think that the one with Roy is Binding Blade. Mm-hmm. So, Blazing. We'll go with Blazing Blade, right?
Yeah.
So Fire Emblem Blazing Blade. As people became more aware of like, oh, hey, this is not the first one to come out, it's just the first one that came out in America. Mm-hmm. We need to have a way to distinguish it from the others, and then it's like, okay, well, we'll all sort of agree to use this. That's what happened to me before. What did I do differently that time that saved my life?
I don't know.
Whatever. God, I'm just gonna be bitter about that for a long time.
I can feel it, yeah.
Something Fire Emblem. So people were willing to give it a more helpful subtitle,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I do not know why collectively people don't just pick a subtitle for Prince of Persia 2008 or Sonic 06 or Doom 2016.
Yeah.
You know, there are all of these games where it's just this big pile of numbers.
This is the name that it was, and this is the year that we finished working on the first version of it. Like, it's not even like you played it that year, or it's not even necessarily that it came out that year sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if I got all of those numbers right just now.
I don't know. I would think that maybe they would be nickname-ified, but it's funny, I haven't heard. But jokefully enough, Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time, the movie, we've nickname-ified to Prince of Persia, we borrowed your dagger internally.
Hey, thanks for the knife.
Hey, thanks for the knife. With no problems whatsoever. Maybe there was just nothing. Maybe I just didn't have the context to nickname-ify it. But, anyway, I forget why I brought it up in the first place now. Do you remember what we were talking about? Oh, I think I brought it up because we were talking about Prince of Persia, the movie, the games.
No, there was a retrospective I watched, and there was a really goofy thing where they made, hell! Oh, I did it again! Well, at least now there will be someone to, receive my ire. I hate hyper mode. I hate how easy it is to accidentally flip into it when I'm just trying to turn my visors on. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I don't actually like Metroid Prime 3 that much.
Oh, bad news. Bad news, we're playing it.
I played it one time out of like a sense of duty and sort of like, well, we might as well complete the trilogy, and I did already pay money for it. Mm-hmm. But Metroid Prime 1 and 2, those are really my jam. I don't like a lot of the creative decisions they made. And to be perfectly frank, it's sort of like why I have not actually been frothing at the mouth to play Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
You know, I'm cautiously optimistic because I think it's sort of a toss-up where it's like, are they going to cut closer to Metroid Prime 1 and 2, or are they going to look at the most recent entry, Metroid Prime 3, and then try to jump off from there, you know?
I hope not at this rate. Because, like, I don't want... I don't know. I think we've already talked plenty about how much I like the earliest version of Samus the most.
Let's see if I can use the right damn visor.
Meow. Bye-bye.
I like the part where I incidentally blew up those annoying fucking flying pirates, though.
Yeah.
That was fun.
They bother me. I think I find them the most insulting because I find them aesthetically cool to look like. They just
To look like?
I mean, but maybe both. I don't know. I would wear that, whatever it is.
Hold on, I think that you're giving me... How many episodes do we have for the day?
4. This is 4.
Okay, then let's just keep going and let's blow up the other thing.
Okay.
And we'll only go back on that if it somehow ends up being a boss battle. Don't care. Done. I'm already sick and tired of this. We're about to be done for the day, and I'm going to go back to the ship, and I'm going to get a full heal at the ship. So, who cares about some piddly amount of damage over there? I'm going to blow you up now. Thank you. No, whatever you're doing over there, stop. Stop.
It's not allowed.
You're done. We're done. This is over.
Ugh. I'm thinking about other games that we're going to play, and we've been trying to find one in particular and have run into some frustrations about it.
Yeah. It's because the GameCube version, and I can just say it,
Yeah.
Harvest Moon Magical Melody, I desperately want to show it to Audette because it is mechanically one of the most engaging Harvest Moon story of season farming sim titles I've played. Magical Melody, the superior GameCube version, the price is all over the place. But the cruddy Wii version, you can get it very cheaply, and I keep having to try to sort of come to grips with that, and it's like, nope, we're gonna pay new game prices for
Something that's been out for years.
we're gonna pay new game prices for just the disc of a GameCube game.
Yuck.
I think that this is the conclusion of this planet, though, and I think that there were really only 4 planets.
So is this also the conclusion of this episode?
Yeah, and what I'm trying to say is, I think that we're like a quarter of the way done with the whole game, if you can believe it.
I can, because that is just like a game that starts in an office setting. I just, spicy bottoms. Yeah. All right. Well,
Goodbye.
bye then.
Yeah, we're leaving.
I'm out.
Emotionally, I left long ago.